So that I wouldn't necessarily go by that. But yeah, I do know what you mean. What else? What else? What else? We'll see what have we got. Yeah, Disney Plus is going to bring us a Willow TV series.
Yeah, will it be Warwick Davis back?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
they're talking to Ron Howard about it. So let me see what's solo co-writer John Kasdan is in the midst of serious discussions to bring the sequel series to Disney Plus and is spearheading the efforts. There's some really serious discussions going on with John Kasdan, who is one of the writers of Solo, who kept hounding me about Willow the whole time we were shooting and also hounding Kathleen Kennedy. We're in discussions about developing a Willow TV show for Disney Plus, and I think it'd be a great way to go. In fact, George Lucas always talked about the possibility of a Willow series, and it would be great and more intimate and built around the character and some of the others. John Kasdan has, I think, an inspired take, and it could be really, really cool. Alright, I'm going to be absolutely honest with you here, right? I have no love for Willow.
Yeah.
I have no not love for it. It just isn't even really on my radar.
Yeah, it's just a movie that's sort of there.
Yeah.
It exists.
Despite the connections to Star Wars and everything else, to me, it's just a movie.
Yeah.
So I'm not really terribly excited about this, but I can understand that a lot of people are. Are you? Would you be?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to get Disney Plus anyway, so may as well watch it.
Yeah. I may as well. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it is. It's the may as well.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Jesus, I'm so bored and alone. I've got so much work to do. I need some noise in the background so the house doesn't feel haunted. You know, okay, fine, I'll stick Netflix on, or I'll stick Disney Plus on. There's that new Willow series. Bugger it, give it a go. That's what I did with Defenders. Defenders came out, and see if you were telling me right now you have to sit in your chair and you have to watch TV, you have to watch this through, I wouldn't be anywhere near it. But it's because I wanted background noise. I just thought, the hell, let's stick the Defenders on. I've had them to be getting on with.
Yeah.
Oh, a fight scene.
Just talking about, we were talking a few minutes ago about Iron Man and stuff. The Zendaya, is that what you call her?
Zendaya, yes,
Zendaya.
That's right. That's MJ.
MJ. She posted a thing on her social media a few days ago, which was a picture of her crying, and it said, just after watching Endgame, after watching Endgame, and knowing what I know, hang on, what?
Huh?
After watching Endgame and knowing what I know about FFH, which is Far From Home, and it's a picture of her crying. So, it seems that Robert Downey Jr. is listed as being in Far From Home.
Okay.
So, in the official description of Mysterio in the movie, it said that he... Where was he? Can we find this? He is great at creating illusions and manipulating people.
So will we see Tony Stark popping up?
As
one of Mysterio's illusions?
As Mysterio's illusions.
It's possible.
Yeah. It's kind of... would it not be a kind of weird way to say goodbye to him?
Yeah, it would kind of tarnish the memory a little bit.
I think it would.
Especially after the way Endgame concluded his story.
Yeah. I think it would be a kind of... not even bittersweet, just why?
But again, I can actually see this being a thing because that's Sony getting their money's worth again, isn't it?
Well, it could be.
Like, do you not remember in Homecoming, like the trailers made it look like Iron Man 4.
Yeah.
Just every single trailer was just Iron Man, Iron Man, Iron Man.
Yeah. I don't know, it's a weird one because it sort of feels like... Because I know... I remember that whenever... Marvel didn't want to release the trailer for Far From Home until after Endgame.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
And Sony made them. Which I thought was kind of funny, which is clearly their way of going F you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you could be right. Like, this could be just, again, we want this movie, but Tony Stark has to be in it.
Yeah, we want this character in this, otherwise deal's off the table.
Yeah, which could also be why, another part of the reason why Kevin Feige's saying that this is the end of the new phase.
Yeah.
With Amy Pascal gone, I personally think what's going to happen is Tom Holland is going to go to Marvel, and Sony are going to move ahead with Miles Morales as their Spider-Man.
I would say so. Very, very much so, yeah.
Whether that means we'll get a live-action Miles Morales movie or I don't know. But I think that's probably the way they're going to go with it now.
Very, very possible. What was I going to say there? I was going to say words. Yes, maybe Zendaya's tweet or whatever it was is some sort of reference to the fact that we know that Happy Hogan's in the movie.
Oh, do we? Okay.
Yeah, Happy Hogan's in the trailer.
Right.
And
yeah, he is. You're right. Sorry.
And Pepper Potts her name is on the Stark Foundation check.
Right.
So, like, there is a scene in the trailer. We hear Happy Hogan say, like, "You're all on your own now. You're out there saving the world," or whatever like that. I think that's going to be a really deep scene. Because that's two people whose Tony Stark has affected their lives and he's gone now.
Yeah. Could be. Yeah, it's just I don't like the idea of him.
Yeah, being used.
Yeah,
in a way.
In that kind of way. So that's near the end of the show. One of the big events. I know you're not watching Game of Thrones, but one of the big events this week was not even the finale. It's the mid episode of season 8 of Game of Thrones, which was very weird because I always assumed the very end of Game of Thrones would be
the
Winter
big
is
all-out
coming,
war battle. Yeah.
Yeah, the arrival of the Night King and the army of the dead. But it was an hour and a half long, and it was absolutely phenomenal. A lot of people complaining online. My brother hated it, which is weird because he's a big Game of Thrones fan. He hated it. He thought it was really, really bad.
Well, that's the thing. Like, why did he hate it? Why did you like it?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him about it. It's just been text messages.
All right.
But he really didn't like it, which surprised me because I thought it was absolutely phenomenally good. But it did a couple of things. I mean, the first thing about it was filmed very dark, which I'm sure, have you seen any people online complaining about this?
Yes, it's all they ever talk about.
Yeah, people complain online about it being so dark, which is weird because one of the main things about Game of Thrones was the quote, "The night is dark and full of terrors."
Yeah.
And the night was dark
and full of terrors. Yeah.
So
they delivered on their promise.
They've literally been telling you for 8 years this is coming. I didn't think it was dark. But I thought it worked. I mean, at the end of the day, it's nighttime in a castle in basically the medieval times.
Yeah.
It's going to be dark.
Yeah, like the torchlight only carries so far.
Yeah, I mean, what are they going to do, put on spotlights? I thought it worked. I thought it worked really well. There was a lot of the scenes where you couldn't see what was going on, but it almost added to it in that kind of way.
Yeah, because you're not really supposed to catch what's going on because it's in the heat of battle.
Yeah, I mean, there's actually bits where I was thinking to myself, imagine being in that battle because you wouldn't really know who you're even fighting.
No.
Do you know? And I thought it was really, really good. It was... And again, the whole female empowerment thing and everything else, it gave us one of the... can we talk spoilers? It's been out a week now. I can't speak in talk spoilers.
Yeah, talk away, yeah.
Arya Stark, who is Maisie Williams. It's basically her character, and she kills the Night King.
She kills the Night King?
She kills the Night King.
Class.
And it's a great scene. It's a really, really good scene. But there's a lot of people complaining online about, she's Mary Sue and everything else. First and foremost, if you're saying that, you haven't been watching Game of Thrones, because it's literally been building her character for the last 8 years. She has gone through hell in this TV show. She's trained to be an assassin. She's trained to be the best of the best. Mm-hmm. But there's been so much great foreshadowing. People putting together clips that have been telling you about this. Like, for example, at one point, her name was No One. Because she was an assassin, she had no name.
Yeah.
And she referred to herself as No One. And in one of the episodes, Bran Stark said, "No one can kill the Night King." But no one did kill the Night King.
Yeah.
And it's all these clips of her training and everything else. And she is such a great character. And again, there's no how great are we, how blah blah blah. It's just a really, really good... I tell you how good the character was, right? The character was so good, I went online afterwards and bought the McFarlane Toys figure, which was £30.
Nice.
I've none of the other figures. I've no intentions of buying the other figure. I bought the Arya figure. Because she was absolutely badass in it. But it's an incredible 2 hours. It's an incredible hour and a half of TV. You actually... I know you couldn't really get into it. You need to go back and watch this show again.
I know. I now, for all intents and purposes, I loved Series 1.
Yeah.
Like, I think I binged that religiously.
Yeah.
Series 2 is when it started to flicker for me.
Okay.
And I kind of sort of fell out of step with it.
Right.
But it is something I'll have to get back into again.
Well, you're sitting now, it's over in 3 weeks. There's only 3 more weeks of Game of Thrones left. You're in a position now where it's prime for you to binge.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of way? Like, you sit your ass down and start binging it now, you'd probably be finished roughly around the finale. But it's been an absolutely incredible phenomenon. But again, we talked about this a bit earlier on. You know, to me, this whole sexist argument, men don't like female heroes and everything else. Game of Thrones is all about women.
Yeah.
And it's great.
But the worst thing is, that'll always be overshadowed by, oh, you just like it because all the women get naked.
Yeah, and they haven't in 6 years. That
Yeah.
was in the first couple of seasons. Everybody, none of that is in it anymore. It's like, yeah, no, we don't have time for sex. It's all just gore and violence and fighting to stay alive.
Yeah.
You know, it's such a great show. But I don't know. I know now they have to go to King's Landing and have to take King's Landing back from Cersei. But it's really weird because I was sure that what we got the other night was going to be the final episode of Game of Thrones. I don't know how they're going to fill the next 3 episodes, and they're all movie length.
I hope one of the final episode isn't like the Lord of the Rings ending, where it's just like 16 different endings all cut together into one final episode.
Yeah, it could be that, like. But yeah, it was an absolutely phenomenal bit of TV. But I actually said to you what I actually bought it, and I bought it at Battle Angel Alita figure.
That's right, yeah.
Which was actually made by Weta.
Which I'd never even heard of. Like, I'd never heard they'd made figures of it.
Yeah, they did. They made a load of figures, but I bought the Alita figure. And I want to do a review of basically the 2 most badass
women of 2019.
Not even women, just 2 of the most badass characters of 2019.
Yeah.
Because I think it needs to be done. I think it's quite topical, so I want to do that.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Other big news we'll talk about a wee bit. We're gonna write a pilot for a TV show. We
are, yes.
Which has kind of been commissioned. The TV show is going to happen. It's ours. The Fall in the Nerd TV show.
Yeah. Someone's going to put us on TV.
Someone's going to put us on TV. So we're going to be sitting down and doing that, which is pretty exciting.
It is, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Because with the end of the radio station a couple of weeks ago, and like we're still doing this, and I'm really enjoying this informal kind of just sitting having the banter.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice to take us in a direction that we've always wanted to go in. We just never quite got round to.
Yeah.
So we're going to sit and write a 30-minute pilot, and hopefully it gets picked up for series after that. How do you feel about a 30-minute pilot?
Yeah, bring it on.
Yeah?
Bring it on.
It's going to be interesting. Because we freeform, like we don't write our shows, we just sit and banter.
Unless like we write it as in, okay, here's a 5-minute block where we talk about Game of Thrones. Here's a 5-minute block where we talk about Transformers.
Yeah.
You know, and sort of do it that way.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be interesting. Because, I mean, a number of years ago we filmed a pilot show. Before you came on board to Fall in the Nerd, we filmed a pilot for another series that was never picked up.
Yeah.
But I wasn't happy with it. It was this, that and the other. And we were very much struck for time whenever we did it. We only had one day in the studio to film it and everything else. And I just was really unhappy with it, but this time it'll be better because it'll be me and you, and we'll come up, we'll sit down, and we'll come up with ideas.
Yeah. Honestly, like I've always wanted to do something that was like Top Gear for nerds.
Yes.
That's what I want to do.
Yes, exactly.
And do little, like little mini movies almost.
Yeah.
Where you sit and talk about something, discuss it, and then it cuts back to the studio where you have an argument about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
yeah,
I
cool,
kind of want to do something like that.
Yeah, so we should look at maybe nerdy things to do in Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
And go out and do them. Film us doing them, then come back and argue.
Exactly right, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But yeah, so that should be pretty exciting. It's going to be a big undertaking though, because we are going to try and do it weekly.
Yep.
But it's going to be a hell of a lot of work for 2 guys that don't have 5 minutes to fart.
Yeah, true that. I might just give up on sleep entirely at this point.
Yeah, we don't need it.
I'll just be like, oh, the hell's it? Sure, plenty of time to do that when you're dead anyway.
That's it, just
and that's only, what, like 10 years away?
Yeah. But yeah. So, yes, that's probably the future of FTN for now. Anything else you want to talk about? Any other news?
Yeah, for the few people that are still keeping up with the Walking Dead comic.
Oh, yeah.
Spoilers. In the most recent issue, I think they've killed off Rick Grimes.
How?
I think he's dead. He got shot through the heart.
And you're to blame.
You give the Walking Dead a bad name. Yeah, and he got shot like a little bitch too. Because they've went to the Commonwealth, which is this big, massive, walled-in city.
Okay.
But the person that's running it, it's